What is up, people of the internet? This is Brownstone and Luke Catwalker coming to you with another video. And in this video, we will be speculating. Yeah, speculation videos aren't really our kind of videos, but we're trying to test out all kinds of content. So yeah, here's our wish list for Kung Fu Panda 4. And I think the main thing that we want to discuss here is, where can Poe's story go from here? I know we kind of touched on, like, Poe being a mentor and stuff in our reveal video, which we talked about the announcement itself and where Poe's story can go. But I think there's tons of new ideas that we can think about when it comes to a fourth Kung Fu Panda movie, especially considering where the third one ended. So, as we already discussed in that video, one direction Poe's story can go for Kung Fu Panda 4 is Poe becoming a mentor. Or, like, we already saw as much at the end of Kung Fu Panda 3 when he was training all the other pandas and stuff, and all that. He's taken over the Jade Palace. He's now the Dragon Master, according to Kung Fu Panda the Dragon Knight, and he's fulfilled his destiny. So where can his story go from here? Since Kung Fu Panda 3 was, since Kung Fu Panda franchise was initially intended as a 6-picture deal, you have to consider the stories DreamWorks might have had cooking up when they announced this. Now, assuming this will lead into 2 other movies, I think that if we go off of the mentor subplot, there's a lot of potential for a villain. Now, now Tai Lung was a ferocious villain, and Shen was more on, like, the psychological side and stuff, but still vicious in his own right. Kai was Kai. We don't hate Kai as a villain, but he is kind of weak compared to Tai Lung and Shen, in our opinion, and Lord Shen. Yeah. But the one thing we really liked about the Kung Fu Panda villains is that they each represented the past of a certain character. Tai Lung represented the Shifu's past, Lord Shen represented Poe's past, and Kai was representative of Oogway's past. So, who do we have left? Well, what about Tigress? Now, I know, like, the Furious 5 weren't in the Dragon Knight. I don't know if DreamWorks is trying to lean away from the over-reliance on the Fantastic Four, the Furious Fantastic Four. Yeah, I can already picture a Marvel and Kung Fu Panda crossover. Anyway, let's just pretend we didn't say that, and yeah. So, assuming that they're trying to lean away from the Furious 5, who else do we have? Well, DreamWorks could tread old ground and maybe try another villain from Shifu's past. I mean, Shifu as a character is pretty fascinating. Oogway as well. I mean, Oogway has lived for, like, a long time. So if we take that into consideration, how many enemies has Oogway made? Hey, that's actually pretty interesting to consider. I mean, with Master Oogway being as old as he was when he passed on to the spirit realm, well, it stands to reason he had a very legendary lifespan. Plus, he was revered as a legend. So, how does one go from being an ordinary turtle to a legend? You must have fought tons and tons of battles. Yeah. So, we could possibly see another villain from Oogway's past. We could also get potential backstory and theories as to who the first Dragon Warrior was. That's actually pretty interesting, really. I mean, there's a lot of theories. Heck, even Isaac Carlson just made a video on who is the first Dragon Warrior. It's really good. You should check it out. But maybe the franchise could actually give us an answer. Because assuming that Poe isn't the first Dragon Warrior, since the Dragon Warrior was this figure in prophecy, and hopefully not something Oogway just made up. So we could potentially get backstories to who the first Dragon Warrior was, and I think if we connect these dots together, potential expansion of lore, Poe being a mentor, and maybe and if the DreamWorks does decide to include the Furious Five alongside Poe, then maybe a villain from Tigress's past, or Oogway's past. Either one works. I think Oogway has more potential to have another villain in his past. Tigress not so much because, because while she and the Furious Five are pretty ferocious, she doesn't strike me as the type that has fought in so many battles that she's made that many enemies that want revenge. And on her, I mean, the other villains work, but I don't think a villain for Tigress would work. So I think we should go off of the potential for Oogway. Yeah. So assuming Oogway gets another villain, we have Poe being a mentor, or a potential villain from Oogway's past, and whatever else I just described, I just forgot. And oh yeah, potential lore for the first Dragon Warrior. So yeah, I think this is shaping up to be a really great potential story. Now we're not insiders at DreamWorks or anything, not by a long shot. So this definitely isn't any confirmed material. This is just our speculation and wish list for this film. As we said before, we are so excited to see Kung Fu Panda 4. So we're already speculating as to what we want to see. And if it doesn't turn out to be that way, well, then fine. Yeah, we're much more easygoing and more easy to impress than most people are. So whatever they give us, it's gonna be great, because it's Kung Fu Panda, guys. Would they ever let us down? So yeah, Luke, do you have any other directions? The franchise can go? Well, this is only movie number 4, and assuming this movie does well, it could potentially lead into Kung Fu Panda 5 and Kung Fu Panda 6, assuming that's what they have planned. If they're resurrecting the old idea for a new trilogy, I think the story has potential to go in tons of ways. I think after Kung Fu Panda 4, the story could branch off and focus on a new character, maybe Poe's student or something. I'm saying, yeah. I mean, we could see Poe maybe go into maybe Poe retire himself at the end of this movie, and then it slowly builds up the new generation. That could be a good story point to go, because after this movie, I think Poe deserves to retire alongside Shifu, and then we can potentially see the rise of a new generation of warriors. Maybe see some new panda fighters or something. There's so much potential in this concept. Honestly, we didn't think we would be talking about this at all, because we thought the franchise was done after Kung Fu Panda 3. I mean, the Dragon Knight, Kung Fu Panda Dragon Knight, as a follow-up, as a legitimate follow-up, mind you. The others were kind of like spin-offs and stuff. It's kind of unclear whether those are canon or not, but I think this one's intended to be canon, because Jack Black is voicing Poe, and some of the original voices came back. So yeah, assuming the Dragon Knight is canon, there's a lot of ways they can go. They could bring the weasels back. There's we're repeating ourselves here, but there's just so many ways this story can go, especially after the way the third movie wrapped up. Either way, we are so excited. We cannot wait 2 years. Time's gonna fly by, and we'll be in that theater opening night. Oh yeah. Yeah. Another thing we want is not so much story-wise, but we hope that Hans Zimmer and John Powell will come back, because they're the icons that made this trilogy. The characters and story too, but the music. Oh my gosh, the music. It went hand in hand with the animation, and the franchise won't be the same without them. So here's hoping they come back. If only Hans Zimmer comes back, well, that's fine too. I mean, he did pretty good on Kung Fu Panda 3 alone, right? Yeah, I mean, even though Kung Fu Panda 3 was missing some of that John Powell type vibe, I think Hans Zimmer carried the film on his own pretty well. I mean, it's Hans Zimmer, so you know he's gonna make a masterpiece. He's a masterclass composer. Yeah. Yeah, if his previous scores are any indication, I think he'll do fine on this film, even if Gonpowell doesn't come back. But here's hoping the duo come back together. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and we will see you all in another video. See ya.